Welcome to KIllco. My name is Brian, and I'm here for Whiskey Musings. That's what we're going to call this, I suppose, is where I just sit here and try whiskey and think about whiskey and talk about whiskey and talk about other things, talk about whatever, talk about anything. But mostly it's just to talk a little about whiskey and also an elaborate excuse for me to have one of these samples I got recently. That's the main point. And also for me to have some wild turkey. Just sitting right here, staring at me. I have to get this set up right because it's SteamYard. Things are just slightly different. It likes to frustrate me. But can be done. Can be done. If anyone is wondering, the rare breed that I have is the rye version right here. Again, donated. 112.2 proof, 56.19% ABV, number 4 char. Very nice. Very nice. Where's the thing? Oh, there we go. Welcome, Porter Wilson. God, I forgot. I had the wrong thing selected. I'm like, why can't I see any chat? I swore I could see chat normally. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Welcome, 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 welcome. I don't know what else to say. So let's get down to it, I think. It's Bourbon Night will not be going on tonight, if anyone was wondering. I don't even know if Trev Wilson's going to go on tonight. I know he wasn't feeling well last time I saw him on, and he couldn't really taste anything, so that's going to suck. But either way, I'm about to try something I've been waiting to try for so long. I have it pulled up here. The Wild Turkey Rare Breed. First of all, I love the Wild Turkey Rare Breed. Let's not drop everything. Second of all, should I leave a little more for later? I probably should. Maybe not. Maybe not. I can't. Let's see if I drink it all, that'll be it. I'll drink it all. That's fine. Whiskey is meant to be drank. It's not meant to be kept. That's a thing around here. If you like whiskey, drink it. You don't have to, of course, but I'm sure many of us whiskey people. I don't want to say whiskey aficionado because I'm not. Whiskey, what's Aquavite say? What's Roy say? He has a word, and I can't remember what it was. Whiskey something? Evangelists. There's the word. Big fancy word. I prefer to be thought of as a whiskey evangelist. If anything. Look at that. Look at that. That's a giant pour right there. Oh, okay. Here we go. Wow. It's definitely rye. JJ, welcome. Oh my gosh. I bet it did, Porter. I bet it did. I think I still have those little fruit fly things around somewhere. I haven't seen any recently, but I know they still exist. I think they're all gone now, finally. I've been terrified to keep my window open. Can you hear the dishwasher? It's actually running right now. Unfortunately, I live in a fairly small apartment building. Oh, no, the apartment building itself is big, and my apartment's actually fairly large, but the dishwasher is in the same room, and the room I'm in is very big with high ceilings. So that's why there's an echo. And I'm worried about the dishwasher being heard. Oh, the smell of this is just straight up rye in the nose for me. I did do the stupid stuff where I had like coffee an hour ago. I brushed my teeth without using toothpaste, and I tried to drink water, but I'm terrified I've messed up everything now. Drink a little more water. See what happens. I'm almost hoping Trev will pop in because then he can at least tell me if he's going live at, what does he go live at? 7? Because technically I could just stream for 3 hours. 3 hours of drinking if Trev doesn't go on, and if the Bourbon Bite doesn't go on. It's just 3 hours of Stanley Wagger, bring us something good back to eat. Cheers to you, sir. Oh. Ah, wow, right away. Okay. That's definitely rye. Dried out my tongue like crazy. Tastes good. Yeah, that's the curse. That's why you always got to carry one of these. Or, you know, if you want to do the It's Bourbon Night thing, you have one of these. Or if you know Roy, you have one of these. Unfortunately, I like the metal ones the most because they make this noise when you put them on. And they also have the rims, so they just stick on there just perfectly. And I have to carry one around all the time because I have to ask people how do they whiskey. That's my job. Except I don't get paid to do it, so not a very good job. Do I have my wallet on me? No, I don't. I do carry one in my wallet. I have two metal ones. All right. I'm digging this rare breed. And I am getting that eucalyptus note now, and I wish I didn't know what that was now, but now I do, apparently. Yes, welcome all who decide to visit this side of the internet. I still haven't figured out a good time to actually do a stream where a lot of people are going to be available. Whoa. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Oof, Russell's barrel. I've never had Russell's, but I know it's pretty powerful stuff. I forgot I'm on SteamYard, so I can do this thing. Find your bourbon. Out hunting. And whoa. That's a lot of whiskey. I admit I drank a good amount of whiskey last night. Nothing to get myself, inebriated, but things happened yesterday, so there was reason to drink more. Plus, I think I did a stream yesterday. Did I do a stream yesterday? I feel like I did. But the fact that I don't remember much of it, probably part of the problem. I think I did. What day is it? Sunday. Okay. All right. I'm just going to go straight to the notes on the Whizzky app. Because I can just say, I feel bad when I'm doing a stream and it's almost like the same thing as the videos where it's like, oh, it smells like this. Look at the color. The color of this is actually nice. It's reminding me of something I had earlier tonight. This is my second drink of the evening. I won't lie. Third, technically, if you think about the coffee I had. Put a little Bailey's in it. It was delicious. Travis, well, welcome. What up? Not much at my end. I'm just here to drink some rare breed rye. And I'm going to compare it to the Wild Turkey 101 just to see what it's like. I know they're completely different things, but that's the only thing I have other than the sample I was given. So, it's lovely. Now, the notes they have here, and I'm not getting some of these. I got some of these earlier. I actually did a video that's coming out tomorrow morning on this guy. So you get to wait to see that. Find out if Smooth Ambler is any good. It's pretty good, actually. So watch the video. For the nose profile on this, we have a list. Honey, allspice, cinnamon, nutmeg, vanilla, molasses, milk chocolate, and dried tea. Dried tea is a note I keep seeing pop up, but I never think of it. I have had plenty of tea over my lifetime, but I never think about that tea taste and that kind of drying note that it gets. Oh. You're getting your protein. It's fine. It's good for you. Whoa. Now, allspice, definitely. Vanilla, sure. Sweet. What's funny is it doesn't say eucalyptus, and that's the thing that's been shoved into my brain by the Whiskey Vault anytime there's a rye. And I wasn't even sure what eucalyptus was until a few days ago. I noticed I'm going to say this in the video tomorrow too, but I noticed the mint mouthwash I use for when I brush my teeth. Eucalyptus mint. So I've known what eucalyptus tastes like the whole time, but I didn't realize that was what it meant. Woof. The funny thing is, it's, again, I imagine this is just me, but something that is at a proof of 56.19. It doesn't drink like it. I can feel it going down, definitely, but it also doesn't seem like it. It doesn't give me that burn. It doesn't hurt my mouth. It's not one of those, moments, which is good. The flavor profile for this thing, supposedly, is vanilla, honey, heather, which I don't even know exactly what that means. I know what it is, kind of. Someone tell me what heather is. That's a fun word. It's in purple. Herbal, definitely herbal. I think some people might use that word in place of the eucalyptus. Spicy cinnamon, molasses, and linseed oil. Linseed oil, that's incredibly specific. I'm not sure what that is either. So there's no way I could have figured that one out. Oh, do eat. I haven't seen Rare Breed Rye. I haven't seen Rare Breed anything in my area. At best, I have a steady supply of Wild Turkey 101, but anytime I want to get something fancy, like I don't even see the Russells. I don't see the Wild Turkey Rare Breed. I only see the Wild Turkey 101, and that's it. That's it. It's the only thing that pops up around here. Finish profile. Spicy, allspice, brown sugar, vanilla, toasted, which is toasted, okay. Molasses, fruitcake, pepper, and coffee grounds. Ooh, coffee grounds, huh? Mouth noises. Ahoy! Pirate's life for me. Or a bike. Looks like you ride a bike. Motorcycle, I mean, sorry. For those of you just joining, apparently It's Bourbon Night is not going live tonight. I don't know if Trev Wrench Wilson is going to go live tonight. So I don't know what to do with myself at this point. And in the glass is Wild Turkey Rare Breed Rye, number 4 char, donated by a certain someone. You know who you are. You're out hunting right now, actually, last I heard. Now, before I drink all of this, let me pour a little bit of the Wild Turkey 101. There's a little water in there. You did it? That was quiet. Oh gosh, I got a song stuck in my head suddenly. I know you, I walked with you once upon a dream. I know you, the gleam in your eye is so familiar to me. Mm-hmm. And now it's stuck in all of your heads. I'm sorry. Oh, it's always nice when people recognize each other. It doesn't feel weird. Yeah. Okay. Now. Wow. It smells very different. Like I've drank plenty of Wild Turkey 101, but compared to the rye, the Wild Turkey Rare Breed Rye, totally different thing all of a sudden. Yeah. I mean, last time he was live, he's still recuperating from the COVID. So I imagine that was pretty frustrating because I've had plenty of times when I'm doing videos just because of my olfactory setup, whatever you want to call it. I don't get much nuance. I get, sugar sweet or maybe kind of weird. Kind of weird is not an official nosing, but like with this, I just barely started getting eucalyptus from rye. I didn't even know what that was up until a while ago. It's funny. This one smells like a clean glass, but this glass is not clean. I used it earlier. Maybe that's what's messing with me. But I rinsed it out. It should be fine. Oh my goodness. Wild Turkey 101 tastes like thinner compared to this rare breed. And it doesn't even taste like the Wild Turkey 101 I'm used to. That is bizarre. I don't like that. The rye must have done something just to completely obliterate my taste right now so that I don't even taste the Wild Turkey very well. It's freaking me out. Now, apparently this thing is 4 years old. This is the rare breed. It doesn't say that on the bottle? I can't tell. I got a picture here, but it's hard to see. And of course, the store availability option that this Whizzky app has. Unfortunately, we can't locate any stores that stock Wild Turkey Rare Breed Barrel Proof Rye 2020 release at this stage. It's out there, I promise. But I think these guys are from the other side of the water. The other side of the pond, I mean. I'm going to add this to my wish list because it's lovely. It's 150 something else now. Yeah. This one's much spicier. Crazy. Samples are life. Samples are good. I have other samples, but I only want to do one because, well, one and my other pour of Wild Turkey 101. Because I found drinking 2 big things of whiskey, especially high proof, in 1 hour is not the best idea. I learned that from, I think, one of the streams I did a week and a half ago, where I was comparing high proof stuff. Not the best idea. It didn't feel terrible, but it was like an hour suddenly went by, and I'm like, wow, I feel like I shouldn't be streaming right now. That kind of feeling. $45 a handle. It's $40 for a handle for me. Get your $5 back. But for just this bottle, this was $25. And I know I can get. The problem is I know I can get Evan Williams white label for $15. $10 less. Same kind of stuff, same proof. Definitely different tastes. I prefer Wild Turkey 101 as something that I enjoy more, which is why I bought the bottle recently, but I feel bad if I don't have it. How many of you have that problem when there's like one bottle that you don't need, it's just one you like, and when you don't have it, you notice? More whiskey is always better, but in my case, if I get too much more whiskey, I'm not going to have anything to put it on. Like, I'm already starting to. There's already quite a bit here, you know? And then I see the other whiskey tubers with their literal rooms full of whiskey. It's like, oh, okay. And we've talked about this before. I talked about it last time, but whiskey is a what's the word? I forgot. It's not something you need. It's a something. God damn it. I had the word and it sounded so good and I forgot what it was. Draining. I certainly hope that's not as loud as I think it is. GA taxes, yeah. That'll do it. The funny thing is, when I go to any other state, it seems like Wild Turkey 101 is more. Luxury, there's the word. Whiskey is a luxury, and we all know it. But we're also all kind enough to share it with each other and share it with others. Like, I didn't expect anyone to buy me a bottle or send me samples. Both of those things have happened because the whiskey community is pretty awesome. But y'all also have a lot more money than I do. So that's a problem in my book. I'm like, oh. I can only buy the cheap bottles. Yeah, even now, I don't have an Evan Williams bottle and bond, which I don't need. I don't need any more whiskey. But because it's not here, I notice. I do have some bottles that have to die soon. And I think I pointed this out in the last stream I did, which I don't remember if it was yesterday or if it was Friday. I have a problem with time management and what's the other word? Because which I talked about before openly, mental problems. I have a lot. Nothing debilitating completely, but sometimes it's rough. And the one that I often deal with the most is the executive function. There we go. The thing that helps you focus on one thing and then do it. That's the thing that I don't have very well. It makes it very hard to do lots of things. I can make coffee. I know how to make coffee. But I'll also walk away from the coffee as I'm making it to try to make breakfast at the same time, which is not always a good idea. I either mess up the eggs or I mess up the coffee, and my whole day is ruined after that. No, it's not. Some of the bottles I have to kill. I want to say this one, but I don't want to do that. And I'm going to have to pour some of this. I just remembered that. That's 3 whiskeys in an hour. It's not good. Because technically this is the anniversary of the night that I first went to Crowded Barrel. I talked about it yesterday, I'm assuming, on a stream. Yes. That's where I want to get back to. I mean, I was the type of person who went into this hobby very hard at first. And it shows because, yeah, especially with all these scotches, like all the peated scotches, I don't drink those half as much as everything else. Yes, I certainly have to get to the habit of doing that. I think I usually make, what I've started doing occasionally is I'll get like muffins. So I'll buy muffins and then I'll make my coffee and then I'll just have the muffin. That'll be fine. It works. But I have to pour some of this before the evening's out. Whether that's going to be an hour and a half or 3 hours, I don't know, or an hour, because I don't know what everyone else is doing tonight, other than, it's bourbon night is not going to be on tonight, which makes me sad. I'm so used to them. Such a nice time with them, just sitting and sipping on bourbons. But I have to have some of this to I want to say commemorate, but that's not, I don't know if that's the right word. I have to have some of this because a year ago today, I was at Crowded Barrel for the first time ever. Yes, Wild Turkey Rare Breed is one of my absolute favorites, but that thing costs about $50 if I can find it. Emphasis on if I can find it. It is contagious. You guys all have a problem, and it's whiskey collecting. There are worse problems to have. That was good. Oh gosh, finally. Did it get quieter, or did you even notice that the dishwasher was on? Because it was making rumbly noises, and now it's gone silent for the moment. Finally. I can hear the silence suddenly. I'm trying to think about what else I can talk about. I talked about some stuff with Crowded Barrel yesterday, or at least being in Texas, where some of you, I think, are. But I was definitely... I drank a lot of whiskey that night. That was the night when I actually went there, and I did the bourbon tasting in the Whiskey Vault, and that was when it was the new Whiskey Vault. It's not the new Whiskey Vault anymore. It's been going for about a year, I guess, a little more than that. But this was before they started filming in the new Whiskey Vault room. So that was glorious. I got my picture on there somewhere, but since I'm using SteamYard, I can't show it this time. I think I show it at the end of some of my video clips. Oh, God. I'm not going to stream for 3 hours. I'll be surprised if I stream for more than one. That's weird because you have to both be entertaining and educational and amusing. And it's like, oh, gosh. Oh, it's just me at my desk here. Yee. Ooh, storm. What storm happened down there? I know. Are you in Florida? I think you might be. Someone's in Florida. Someone's told me they're in Florida, and I'm bad at remembering things. So hopefully, well, you're here, so it can't have been that bad. I hope. Oh, the sample's glorious. No, I'm definitely never drunk and fun. I'm just drunk, and I'm never fun. I mean, yes, I am fun. I'm not really that fun. I think I'm fun. It's hard to tell. I don't know because I'm only hanging out with myself constantly. Everyone else, it's here in this little box, in this little corner of my apartment with all my random crap. I'm trying to think of what I'm going to do for this Friday. I have the video coming out tomorrow. I'm trying to make more content. It's exhausting because unlike many other channels, I don't know how they do it, man. I don't even have a good job, and I don't have a job at all, honestly. A fun drunk. No, I was never a fun drunk. I was an angry drunk, I think. Last I remember. Ooh, Edda? I've missed something. The weather apparently is doing things in other places in the world, or in the States, I assume. I know I saw something going to Florida, but I don't know what it was other than a hurricane-ish thing. The weather down southeast and south in general has been bonkers this year, along with the west, which has been on fire. So far, I'm just living up in the northeast going, wow, stuff's going to shit everywhere. Cool. 2020 is awesome. Oh, I have to show you guys the shirt my mother got me. Hold, please. This is how I get out of my chair. I'll be right back. I didn't get out of my chair. God, the wheels on this thing suck. There we go. Hopefully this will show up all right. It's red. I haven't worn this anywhere yet, but reviews 2020. Just terrible. Would not recommend. 1 star. I feel like I should wear that in the future. And everyone will be like, oh, yes, I remember. Just anyone who was around at the time. So here's the question for you. What are some of your wild turkey favorites? Russell's, which I've heard is good. Or what? Tell me. I've only had the wild turkey, and so far this, the rare breed rye and the regular rye, which I think I got rid of the bottle a long time ago, actually. And it was glorious. It didn't last long at all. It lasted less than a month, probably less than a couple of weeks, honestly. It was so good. So good. See, the problem with me when I drink whiskey is I want to sing. And in Ireland, that's cool. But around America, people look at you kind of sideways. He's drunk and he's singing. My wild Irish rose, the sweetest flower I've known. Give me a problem. That's why there's karaoke. No, not a whole lot. I like that better. Made me think of Seinfeld now. I hate Seinfeld. As with the whiskey world, to each his own. You can like whatever you like, and it's fine. I remember watching Seinfeld back in the day. I don't remember why. Maybe it was before Star Trek or something. I really don't recall. But I do remember Kramer. He liked to walk into a room in kind of funny fashion. That was Kramer's thing. He just, no. That's all I remember. Yeah, Kramer was the funniest part of that show for me. The rest, everyone talked like this all the time, and it got really annoying. And then you had George, and he was just panicked all the time, and he couldn't deal with what's happening, and he was afraid he was going to lose his job. It was terrible. That was not fun for me watching. And the woman, who is the woman? I can't do an impression of her. I don't remember what she sounds like. But she was good too. It was a weird time in the 90s. Was it the 90s? I feel like it was the 90s. No, gosh, everyone's saying stuff. Wild Turkey 101. Mid-90s, huh? Really? Give it to me. No. Give it. If only that worked. If only we could be like, oh, here, let me try it. Oh, thank you. 101. Really? Oh, that's... At least you can get, at least you could get the rare breed for a little time. The only way I got the rare breed the one time I did was because I had to go an hour away into Massachusetts to a store that supposedly had it. And I had to call and ask for them to hold it. And I went and got it. Elaine, that's right. I don't remember what she sounded like. I don't remember. I remember she had a thing. She did a dance. And it was really weird. Something like that. That's all I really remember. Long Branch is pretty good. The mesquite one, right? It's pretty sweet. Definitely different. Disappointment? Disappointment. See, you can give him all your Long Branch and he'll be fine. If you have it, which you probably don't because you don't like it. I'm trying to savor this rare breed rye. It's really nice. Oh, it burns though. Oof. Oh. Give it to me. That's the thing. If you don't like a whiskey, find someone else who does and give it to them. That's the best part about it. You don't have to like it. No one has to like anything. There are plenty of whiskeys I probably don't like. This one I don't like, even though it's almost empty. I've used it mostly as a mixer. But look at this. Heaven Hill Quality House Mild and Mellow Kentucky Blended Whiskey. It's terrible. It is 20% Kentucky straight whiskey, 36 months old, and 80% grain neutral spirits. That's why it's not good. It's mostly grain spirit whiskey. It's not really whiskey. It's not good. When something calls itself whiskey and isn't whiskey, that makes me crazy. It's fine. I think it's like Fireball. Fireball isn't technically whiskey, but I think it says it on the label. There you go. Share the wealth. Share the wealth. I have Lefroy back there somewhere, I think. Oh, and I have a new addition to my random stuff. I don't know if anyone's noticed it yet in the films. The films? Videos. This little thing. Does anyone know what this is? It's got Japanese stuff on it. See? But do you know what it is? Oh, man, I got this a while ago. I got this 5 years ago. Please. Yeah, that was something my brother got me last Christmas. That's why it's only almost empty now in November. And again, I use it mostly as a mixer if I want to make a cocktail of some sort. I just dump that in there and smother it with everything else. Nope. Make me a steak. Make me a burger, something. In my honor. Make me a hot dog. I don't care what. Make something. I wonder if it would kill weeds. That's right. There's a sake glass cup. It's made of wood. But I got this last year in St. Louis. See if it shows up. Probably not. Show the people. St. Louis 2015. 39th Japanese Festival. And it was a good old time. It's on a mochi box. I got some sake put in here during the festival. Still smells like wood. Now, it would be quite the thing if I started to eat this on camera. Suddenly, I'd have 5,000 viewers in here going, what the hell is it man doing? But I only found that recently when I was cleaning up. I don't know where the heck it was before. I've had mochi, though. And I love Pocky. If anyone has Pocky, send me Pocky. I've had the... Usually I just have the chocolate, and I think I had the Oreo ones once, which were very good. Very nice. Very, very nice. Oh, man, so good. I feel bad that this is all I have. And it's definitely crazy as a rye. I mean, I can certainly tell it's not anything I'm used to having. The only other thing that I have is rye that I'm going to have either tomorrow or Tuesday is this one. And I haven't even tried it before. But I've shown this a few times, the Cedar Ridge malted rye whiskey. I love how my camera actually does that when I want it to occasionally. Thank you, camera. You're being very good today. Just don't start doing anything weird. But this is going to come out on Wednesday, I hope, as a review. And as I was saying earlier, I do have bottles to kill in here. So I do have room for other bottles. The funny thing is, as far as my own personal history into getting into whiskey, I went from beer to sake. I don't know why. I think it was just something I got interested in by YouTube, like many things I got interested in. So I went trying beers, and I gained about 50 pounds, I think. Sake, And then I got into, I feel like I got into whiskey after that, but I feel like I'm missing something. It's almost as if there's something else in between, but I forgot what it was. Malted rye whiskey? You like that one? I'm looking forward to it. I've tried the other 4, but they were weird. Like their bourbon was kind of tame, but I know someone told me that they bumped it up to 43% now, and these are all at 40% except for I think the rye. Yeah, the rye is the only one that's at 43%. So I think they changed what their sweet spot was. So I'll have to try them all over again, terrible as it sounds. And the weird part about them was the single malts. The single malts were extremely bizarre. I did a video on them last Wednesday, I think. I tried both of the single malts I have. So there's this one, the single cask version, which is in the silver here. It's going to show up. Probably not. Maybe. No. Anyway. And then their regular single malt, which isn't their regular single malt because it's not malt. Because it's at 40%, and I think everything's at 43% now. From what I've gathered. And they tasted bizarre. Like if you go watch the video, you'll see I had a very weird time with all those whiskeys. Oh, you are? There you go. I did like the wheat. That was actually really good. It was a whole different thing. You are? Okay, good. See, I have problems remembering things. Do send all the samples. I love samples. As long as they're not poisoned. And if they are poisoned, well, it's going to be on film, so someone will figure out what happened. As I like to think. It's the only way I can do this. I know at the Whiskey Vault, they had to stop taking samples because it's, once they got really popular, things could get weird. And people with sense of humor could send things that were not whiskey, like Malort or Jaeger. Or what's the other thing that's been out there? Jaeger bombs, Malort. I feel like there's a third thing that people don't like right now. I don't know what it is. Yeah, it was weird. It was some weird single malt. I don't know why, and I assume it's because it's at 30%. This is so good. I love rare breed in general, but the rye is pretty cool. I'm going to try the Wild Turkey 101 again. Smells a little more like Wild Turkey now. Wow. So they've both been sitting out open for a little while, so they're doing things. Things are changing. But I just had a sip of the Wild Turkey 101, and I didn't cleanse. I didn't change, have a sip of water in between. But the rye notes from the rare breed rye jumped out of the glass in the Wild Turkey 101. So the rye in Wild Turkey 101 all of a sudden got cranked up just because I went between the two. So that's all I could taste was suddenly rye in Wild Turkey 101. It was good though. And as I've said before, which I hate saying, I shouldn't, but I do, you can contact me via the emails if you want to send me samples, or via Instagram's another option, or even Twitter. God, I have so many stupid ways to contact me. And we can set that up. Or if you just want to donate a bottle, you can either send money to PayPal, which is linked down below, I think, or again, contact me directly. And I can tell you about the nearby store that lets you buy stuff online, and I can pick it up. If anyone wants me to try something, that's the important part. One, you have to want me to try it. Two, you have to want to buy it. And there's a 3 in there somewhere, but I forget what it is. Yeah, up to you. That's the important part. I have to say that it's up to the consumer, the person who's watching this, if they want to do anything for me, because I'm just rolling along here trying to make content, basically. That's all it is at this point. And I am starting to get through some of my samples. This is one that's going to come up probably next Friday, because I did the cask mates last time. The work. Okay, don't work. This is the stout cask. So I'm looking forward to trying that. Boop. Oh, I will. I mean, I want to. That's because once I found out the fact that, the Iowa whiskey that I got in the sample pack isn't the same anymore. It's skewed. I don't want someone to come across my video and be like, oh, he didn't like it, and not buy it when it's not even the same thing anymore. It's bizarre. It's a bizarre thing. It's the reason people get to try whiskey all the time is because whiskey is always changing. Like, for example, this one right here, the Rare Breed Rye, is a brand new beast, which I had never had before. But I have had the Rare Breed regular Wild Turkey, and it was amazing. And this is amazing. And I'm very glad I get to sample it, to say the least. Oh. It's not as bitey now. It's actually mellowed out quite a bit just from sitting here for the last 40-ish minutes or so. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You went into the waters of the Redbreast, and I hate to tell you, but you can't go back. I like Jameson just fine, but I know in my head, if there's one bottle of Irish whiskey I always want to have, and I don't have it at the moment, unfortunately, it's Redbreast. But I will say one that I can afford, that is a close comparison, and I mean, it's a close comparison, and I'm being generous, is the Powers. As you can see, this bottle is almost empty too. This one needs to die at some point soon. I have a little thing. Ooh, it's loud. But Powers is fine. And I have this one as well, which I think I showed. Bushmills. This was a gift. I don't think I bought this one. I think my dad got it for me. And I also have one I haven't opened yet, but I've been meaning to. Tullamore Dew. Red Sox edition. Red Sox edition. Whatever the hell that means. I don't even like sports. Not gonna lie. And another one that's one that you can, have. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Redbreast is the winner all the way. I didn't like Black Barrel as much as I thought I would. I think I hyped it up in my head too much because I remember watching the Whiskey Tribe video when they went to Ireland and they talked to the Cooper. And when they were there, he poured them some Jameson Black Barrel. And I was like, oh my gosh, it must be amazing. So I hyped it up in my brain, which is always a mistake because you're always going to make yourself disappointed. It was good, and it's something I would get again, but not for the price it is around here. I think it was around 40-ish. And for maybe $10 more, I could get a Redbreast 12. So $50 in my area, probably more than that now, honestly. Which is why I've had to go to other options. Which sucks. Like I'm looking at, on top of my fridge over there, I have Redbreast 12, the Listau, the Caskmates, and the 15, all empty. I mean, there's a bottle inside, but they're all empty. And then I have Green Spot and Red Spot sitting there looking at me, also very, very empty. Glorious whiskey, though. It's all the fancy stuff, stuff I can't afford right now. Yeah, I think that's all it is. I live in between Boston and New York. Like Rhode Island's right there in the middle. So that's all that is. I don't even know if they made it's the other team. Oh, hello, doggos. The New York Yankees. Is that the other one that's around? Those are the two that hate each other for some reason or another. Red Sox and Yankees. Being in between New York and Boston, that seems to be why we get that kind of stuff around here. And I even got a shirt, Red Sox shirt, and I was going to do a review of it this year when baseball started up. Yeah, I think I was planned. I think I was planned at all. Too many other things happened. The other one that I've had for 2 years now, which I haven't opened on camera and done a review about, is this one. This is something none of you can get unless you're in the area. I have definitely heard about Blue Spot, and I've been waiting patiently for so freaking long. I want it now. We have this thing. This is called Uprising. Distilled from a stout mash. New England single malt whiskey. So it might be kind of weird, but I certainly hope not. Non-chill filtered, no flavoring or coloring added. Blah, blah. Newly charred American oak. Sounds like it's just a bourbon to me, but there's something they did to it different. I think it's just because it's a stout mash. Probably. Well, that's actually a local distillery. There are a couple local distilleries around here. I want to try their whiskey on camera, but because YouTube and content and algorithms and that kind of weird stuff, it's not something that's going to get a lot of views, but thankfully I don't. How do I put this? I do care about getting views, but I don't care to the extent that others do, I think. Like the channels that have over 1,000 subs, they're always trying to make content for views. And for me, it's kind of like, well, what do I have? I'll review that and post it and see what happens. It is dark. It's very dark. I don't know how long it was in there. Hold on. It probably looks dark in the bottle. I mean, it's got black all over it, but yeah, it's pretty dark. Let me see. Traditional stout mash with dehusked chocolate malt, roasted barley, Crystal 45, whatever the hell is that, Crystal 45 biscuit malt, and pale malt. So yeah, this is a funky adventure to say the least. And I haven't had it in so long that I don't remember what it tastes like. Bottle 81, batch 18, 40% though. As always, I wish it was higher proof. So there's that, which is Sons of Liberty. And there's another one called Newport Craft, which are both making whiskey in my area. And it's New England whiskey, whatever that means. They might have. They did say oak cast, but I don't know how big they were. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they did. The smaller oak barrels would make sense to get it to that color, especially in the New England area. I mean, New England is kind of Ireland, British-ish, Scotland-esque kind of temperatures. The distillery is in Kingstown. Let me double check that for you because, again, I have a bad memory. It's in Rhode Island, if that helps. Yeah, map. I'm in Rhode Island. If you didn't know, I'm in Rhode Island, and no one knows where that is. Other than there's a cartoon out there that people seem to like that supposedly is in Quahog, Rhode Island, which is, I'm sorry, that's not a real place. It's just not. Family Guy, it's not real. North Kingstown, I think. Let's see here. Blah, blah, blah. That's my searching for things noise. What the hell is it? I know it's on here. Another song stuck in my head. I'm looking at the hundreds of stupid things I have here. Good God. Is that it? Sons of Liberty Spirits Co. There we go. Whew. Says temporarily closed, though. But I think that's just because of all the shit that's going on right now. I know. And it's at, I can tell you exact address, 1425 Kingstown, Rhode Island, South Kingstown, 02879. Temporarily closed, though. Keep that in mind. Yeah, that's a thing. You know what I can do? Since I'm here, I'll give them a little bit of props. They also make flavored stuff, though. Like this time of year, they make some weird shit. They make, pumpkin spiced whiskey, and it's just scary. Here we go. Since I can do that. If you'd like to learn more about that bottle, that is the website. If that's showing up, I hope it is. I have no idea. Yeah, good stuff. Not great, but good. Again, I say that not having had it in ages, and that was early on in my whiskey adventures. So, That's my watch telling me I need to walk around, and also my little notification saying that it's bourbon night starts in an hour. No, it doesn't. I don't know what to do. Drink all the whiskey and be sad about it. How did that song get in my head? Dun, 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 boom, 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 boom. They don't. You can go from New York to Massachusetts without even realize you went through Rhode Island, unless you go onto Aquidneck Island, where you have to actually go over a couple bridges. And then you'd be like, oh, where the hell are we going? Because they're toll bridges, by the way. There are a couple toll bridges on the way. So you would notice that. But if you did go that way, you went the wrong way. That's not the highway. That'll take you to Newport, where all the rich people are. I've heard of this California. Is it out west? I don't know. I'm fine with California being where it is. We had an earthquake here today in Rhode Island. That was weird. It wasn't like everything shook like an earthquake would. You'd expect that, oh gosh, it's an earthquake. The only thing that happened to me was I heard a rumbling. And I thought it was just someone walking down the hallway, with like a cart. So it was just making a rumbling noise. And that was it. There was a moment where I was like, well, that's a weird rumbling noise. What was that? That's it. That's all I got. And then I found out, and a few minutes later, when people were like, did anyone just feel that? I quickly checked and found out that we had a 4.0 earthquake somewhere nearby. All I felt was nothing. I heard it and went, what was that? Oh, nothing. Okay. Why would you hate California? It's way the hell on the other side of the freaking state or country. State. It's a state on the other side of the country for me. So it's nothing I ever think about. I do have a wish list, I think. Let me see if I can find it. I think I can find it. Hold on. Stupid song stuck in my head. If I got flagged for whistling the song, I'm going to be annoyed. My favorites, no. My ratings, no. Where the hell is it? My collection, my tasting notes, my wish list. There we go. Let's see if this will work. I get the feeling it won't because it says my wish list. Let's see. Here, somebody click on this link and tell me what it does to you, because it's all the expensive stuff that I can never afford. I don't know where it's going to take someone. If it's clickable. I actually can't tell from my end here. Well, I always tell myself Florida won't be around forever. Disney World's going to be underwater. That'll be a whole new experience. A whole new world. A new fantastic. They'll just make it into a Little Mermaid paradise. They did have an underwater ride for a while. It was supposed to be like a submarine. That was cool. Whoa. Really? That's weird. I have to keep in mind my apartment is a giant stone factory building, or at least it used to be. So I didn't feel anything. That's the weird part. I only heard something. That's the strangest thing. I've never experienced an earthquake that I remember, but now that I have, it's bizarre because it wasn't a oh, what's happening? It was what's that sound? No, that's the whole experience for me. The cleansing? Oh, that sounds dangerous. It doesn't show? Damn it. Hold on. There's got to be a way for me to show this to people. I can say what's on it because I can see it, except it's a giant freaking list. Is the link not working, or does it just click on it and it doesn't do anything? That wouldn't surprise me. wonder if I can just share my thing. It just says dashboard. God damn it. Show my dashboard, you piece of shit. I'm not logged in on Facebook. No, I'm not. Let me try something weird. I'm going to see if I can find myself on here. Oh, it's got Whiskey Finder. See, I use this app kind of sporadically. So when there are specifics about it, I just don't know. It's like I have a profile on here, but I don't know if people can see it. Oh, does it? You shouldn't need to log in. That's bizarre. Or maybe you do. I don't know. Maybe it's the thing for them is they want you to at least have an account. That wouldn't surprise me. My favorites. It just says my favorites. Well, here, I'll name a few. That's the easiest thing I can do. And they're all like ridiculously. No items in the list? That's weird. How could I share all my stuff that I want if no one can tell? Whoa. Maybe it's private. I don't remember if my account's private or public. I swear it was public, but I will say what's on the wish list. I'll say a few anyway. There was one that was mentioned recently. Old Forester Signature 100 Proof Bourbon. That's not super fancy, but it's one I haven't tried yet. Glencadam 10-year-old. Willett Family Estate Single Barrel Rye 4-year-old. Milton Dare Galach Bluebell Forest. Milton Dare Galach Grinselwood. I don't even know what those are. I put them on there at some point. Old Fitzgerald Bottled and Bond 15-year-old Fall 2019 release. Egan's Single Malt 10-year-old. Glenfarclas 17-year-old. Deanston 2008 9-year-old Brandy Cast Finish Limited Edition. Rebel Yell 100 Kentucky Straight Bourbon. That's probably one I can get somewhere. Starlight Carl T Bourbon. I don't even know what that is, but it's on there. Technology is, I have no problem with it, but it does weird things. Like I would think I could just be like, here, and I could show you with a link, but no. Old Forester Single Barrel Straight Bourbon 90 Proof. That's probably what I could find. Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Proof, which I've had, I think. I did a review on a single barrel one. Singleton of Dufftown, 12-year-old. Traverse City North Coast Rye, Rittenhouse Straight Rye, 100 proof barrel, 100 proof bottle and bond. Russell's Reserve Straight Bourbon, 10-year-old. Colonel E.H. Taylor Jr. 4-grain bottle and bond. Kilbeggan Single Grain. Pinhook Straight Rye, Rye Humor. Pinhook Straight Rye, Bourbon and Rye. Early Times Kentucky Straight Bourbon. I don't know why that's on there. I've heard of Early Times, and I didn't hear it was great. And of course, Newport Sea Fog 7-year-old is one of the ones that is a local product that I have not been able to get recently because they only have a limited release. So it's maybe a few hundred bottles at best. What else we got here? Bully Boy American Straight Whiskey, Boston Harbor Putnam New England Rye, Dad's Hat Pennsylvania Rye, Longmorn 16-year-old, Ben Nevis 10-year-old, Special Release 2018, Talisker 8-year-old, AD Law. See, this is a long list. I should have told you that at the start. AD Laws 4-grain straight bourbon, Kavalan Soloist Vino Barrick single cast strength, Kavalan Soloist X Bourbon single cast straight. If you haven't had Kavalan, I think that's the what is it? It's not from around here. Taiwan? Is that the Taiwan one? Somebody help. Help me. I think Kavalan. It's a Taiwanese whiskey of some sort. Glorious. George T. Stagg Bourbon. Whoa. 2019 release, 116.9 proof. Little Book Chapter 3, The Road Home 2019 release. These are all things I will never have, let's be clear. Stagg Junior Bourbon Batch 12, 132.3 proof. Woo. Writer's Tier Redhead. That's definitely one I want to try. If I can find it ever. Mortlock 18-year-old Black Snake Single Malt. So many whiskeys. Ardbeg Corryvreckan, Talisker 57 North. Wild Turkey Kentucky Spirit. I've actually had that. I had that, I want to say in January of this year. I was at a casino that's nearby, and they had it behind the counter, so I bought some. I didn't buy the bottle, but I definitely bought some of it in a glass, and it was lovely. Wasn't fantastic, but it was one that was kind of like, oh, I could have this on my shelf, except I think they're getting rid of the funny looking bottle, the one that's supposed to look like the turkey tail. Whew. That's the stuff right there. Oh, it's good. I'm going to double check since I know it's just hit the time where Trev Wilson would go live, but I don't know if he is. No one's telling me these things. No. All you have in that is live, though. He's an insane man. He must have changed his thing. He lost his jacket, so he's no longer a leather jacket guy. Oh, no. What? Travis, you magnificent bastard. I'm sure you have quite a collection. Plenty of other people do. Where? Oh, I lost it. Oh, gosh, where'd it go? Is that it? Redbreast 12-year-old is on here. Why is this on here? That's not a wish list. That's one I always want. Springbank 10-year-old. Springbank Cast Shrink 12. Whoa. That just shifted everything around. Booker 2018-01 Kathleen's batch is one I actually want a bottle of for very specific reasons. Ooh, the old and new. Is that the one Daniel likes a lot? I feel like it is. I think it is. I seem to remember he gave a bottle to Deb recently, and it was like the original, the one he really liked, when the new one isn't quite the same. The Booker's 2018-01 Kathleen's batch would be my own little thing. Yep, see, it's a thing. It's a thing. People want the Longhorn. I've heard mixed results with Basil Hayden. Oh, I can move this one too. Wild Turkey Longbrands I've had. Remove. Balcones Classic Series Brimstone. That's what I'm supposed to try someday. Tullamore Dew Caribbean Cask. Actually, I've tried that. It was actually pretty good. Rum cask finish, so it was weird. Yeah, it's a long, stupid list. I mean, it's anything I could try anywhere. Oh, dry fly. I tried these. Dry fly port finish wheat. Dry fly strength. As it says, dry fly cast strength straight wheat whiskey and dry fly straight Washington wheat whiskey. I've had those at a restaurant, the dry fly stuff, and they were pretty good. I enjoyed them thoroughly. I think I had the wheated one. We have Michter's on here. Michter's US 1 single barrel straight rye. What else? Jameson limited reserve 18-year-old. Yeah, that'd be nice. We were just talking up Redbreast, but I wouldn't mind having an 18-year-old Jameson by any means. I'll have to get it someday. I mean, again, can't afford anything in 2020. And again, as I've mentioned, I don't have a job. The only job I have is doing this, and this doesn't pay anything. So far, I get whiskey, but that's it. Whiskey doesn't pay the bills, unfortunately. I have Johnny Walker Blue Label on here. I wish whiskey paid my bills. That'd be great. Oh, there's trouble. Oh, it showed up. There we go. Hello, Trev. Are you going live? I feel like I'm running into your time, but I have no idea if you were actually going to go live at all. Yeah, that's the reality of things these days. Oops, I can't do that. Okay. I hope you're feeling better, Trev. We've been worried. We've been feeling your pain of not being able to smell and taste things as you want. I am having Wild Turkey Rare Breed Rye for the first time tonight, and it is delicious. I can't, tell all the nuances and stuff, but I like it as far as I can tell. And that's the important part, as long as you get to enjoy it. Maybe not experiencing it to the pinnacle of your ability, but it seems good to me. Yeah, I hear that. That's what I figured, but I wasn't certain. Feels weird. Everyone kind of canceled. I started going live an hour ago, thinking, I'd go live and Trev would go live, and it's Bourbon Night would go live. Nothing. You're not going live. It's Bourbon Night. It's not going live. I don't know what to do. I'm not sure how long I can stream without things going to hell. I don't know how entertaining I can be. I don't know what to do. I was just listing off, all these whiskeys I wanted to try over the years. Johnny Walker Blue Label is on here, but I'm never going to buy the damn thing. I'm sure it's not worth it, unfortunately. But more 12-year-old Glenfiddich Bourbon Barrels Reserve 14-year-old U.S. exclusive. Glendronach Original 12-year-old. Glenmorangie, the Quinta Rubin 12-year-old port cask finish. Glenlivet Cognac Cask Selection 14-year-old USA exclusive. Speyburn 15-year-old. I must have been going through a Scotch thing at the time when I was putting all these in here. What's this one? Buchanan's Select 15-year-old. Buchanan's. Bushkaklinge. Yeah, we all need a little time after dealing with sickness to recuperate. Speyburn Earn to Cask USA exclusive. Enoch. 12-year-old, I think it's called. Oh, there's trouble. Welcome to the party, Mr. Richie Z. We have been talking whiskey talk for the past hour, and somehow people are still here. I don't know what I'm doing right, and I also don't know what I'm doing wrong, so... Dewar's the Ancestor 12-year-old. Do I have Dewar's? Hang on. I do. I don't think this is the Ancestor, though. This is just the 12-year. No, it is. I can remove this from my list. Sweet. If nothing else, I'm cleaning up the list because there's plenty on here. I seem to have a couple I've had already. Remove. Actually, move to collection. Shit. I don't remember how much I bought before. Dewar's Caribbean Smooth 18-year-old. The famous Grouse Cask Strength Ruby Cask. Brooklotic Octomore 8.4, 170 ppm, Masterclass Virgin Oak. Brooklotic Octomore 07.3, 169 ppm, Isla Barley. Oh my goodness. Brooklotic Octomore 10.1, 107 ppm, Diagolos. Diagolos? Compass Box Great King Street Glasgow Blend. Compass Box Great King Street Artist Blend. Riders Tier Cask Strength 2014 release. That sounds amazing. Teeling the Revival Volume 2, 13-year-old Calvados Cask Matured. All of these are things I will never have, probably. Teeling Single Malt. I might be able to find that someday. Oh gosh, the jobs. The jobs. I haven't been able to find a job in 10 years. It's great. It's not great. It is stressful. I have Basil Hayden on here too, although I heard a lot. I've heard a lot of hate for Basil Hayden. Basil Hayden? Whatever. Widow Jane is on here, a few of them. Glenrothes Halloween Edition. What? That must have come out last year. Oh, wait, no, 2018. Bushmills Rare 21-year-old 2010 release. Bushmills Rare 21-year-old 27 release. Bushmills Rare 21-year-old 2014 release. Those are all gone. Why are they on here? There's no way. I guess I am. I'm just talking whiskey. This is how I hypnotize people to come into my channel. I just name a bunch of bottles, and people are just like, oh my gosh, if only we could have these bottles. That's what I'm saying. If only I could have these bottles. Balvenie Double Wood is one I could get. 12-year-old. It's in the store nearby. Uncle Nearest 1884 small batch whiskey. That's what I want to try. Uncle Nearest 1856 premium whiskey. Old Forester Whiskey Rose Series Bourbon 1920 Prohibition style. Wow. Heaven Hill Old Style Bourbon 6-year-old bottle and bond 100 proof. Does that one still exist? It must. William Heaven Hill small batch bottled and bond. That sounds pretty interesting. Wild Turkey Rare Breed Barrel Proof 2018 release. I think that's the one I actually had. No. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. I'm not sure. The bottle's wrong, I think. Maybe it isn't. I don't remember what the bottle looked like. God damn it. I've had Rare Breed before. What the heck is this? There's one in my collection that's just labeled C. I don't know what that is. Are we done? Remove. Stupid thing. I have. That's the problem. The place up the road is got a lot of whiskey. Oh, we have Pappy Van Winkle on here. Pappy Van Winkle, family, reserve, 20-year-old. Never gonna happen. Never, unless I run into someone who has lots of whiskey. Elijah Craig barrel proof. That will happen. There's one over here. A sample. Method and Madness. All of them. I want to try all of them. Devil's Cut. I've actually... Have I had Devil's Cut? Hold on. No, it's black. Sorry about the noise. Yes, that tends to be the problem with Bushmills, in my mind too. He's good. Oops, bleh. Yeah, I've heard mixed results. They know what they're doing. They know how to make money. And that's why I've been specifically looking for Irish whiskey that's a higher proof. That's been my thing for a little while. Evan Williams 1783. I've had that. Why is that still on here? I also had the Henry McKenna bottles too. They were good. They weren't more than $40 good, but they were good. Hell, $35 probably. Knob Creek, Kentucky Straight Bourbon. Why? Some of these I wonder why they're on here. Eagle Rare 10-year-old single barrel. I think someone gave me a sample of Eagle Rare over here or over there. And we do have a blind flight I'm going to have to do at some point. I'm debating if I want to do a live stream or if I just want to make a video of it. But it's going to be a complicated edit, to say the least. There's trouble. Yeah. I will say in my initial Knob Creek video, I didn't like it. I think I was still getting used to the higher proof bourbons. And I also was not in a good mindset. Like if I reviewed anything at the beginning of 2020, I was in a bad space. No job, pandemic, lost my pet cat. It was bad. I was not in a healthy spot when I was reviewing stuff back then, which is why most of the content you will see from my channel is going to come out for the rest of this year. Like I'm trying to do 3 videos a week plus live streams because that's all I can handle. I'm still trying to get to that 1,000 mark, and then I have to somehow get to the, 4,000 viewed hours. I'm making shorter videos because it's easier for people to watch them. Like I like watching Whiskey Vault because it's Daniel and Rex, but those are 10 plus minutes long. And I already have watched all of their videos before. But with my videos, I'm just another white guy talking about whiskey on YouTube. And I'm trying to make it short and sweet so people can be like, oh, okay. What did he think? 5 minutes long, 10 minutes long, or 8 minutes long, whatever it is. Nice and quick. So people don't have to, you can go to the restroom and watch the video at the same time. That doesn't sound right. I got Maker's Mark on here and Jameson still. What the flick? Those don't need to be on here. Those are not wish lists. Those are just, I could have those anytime. Seagram 7. What? I didn't pay for that, so skip and continue. I have a bunch of regular stuff on here. Dewar's White Label, Bullet Bourbon, Canadian Mist. Oh boy. These are early things. Woodford Reserve, Westland, Method Madness, those. Blanton's. I've never had Blanton's, I'm not going to lie. Do I care to try it? Try it, yes. Buy it, no. It was good. XL Rosso. Sounds good. Sounds good to me. There are 10 people in here. I don't think I've ever had 10 people in my apartment, to be honest. So, for anyone just showing up, I am just finishing off my last bit of, that's so, Wild Turkey Rare Breed Rye, number 4 char, 112.2 proof, 56.19% ABV. And I gotta say, it was glorious. We are comparing it to the regular Wild Turkey 101, which has suddenly become watery as hell because this stuff is rich and delicious. And I want another one. I want a whole bottle, to be honest. But actually, this is something I would have to sip slowly. Like, it's been over an hour, and I've been sipping on this the whole time. It's not something you can be like, I'm going to drink this in 30 minutes. Not ryes. I think ryes are slow drinkers for me. Does anyone else have that problem with other types of whiskey? Like, I know plenty of people out there probably have peated scotches as a slow sipper. I don't go looking for it. That's the thing. Keep in mind, everything that I want to get is put through the glasses of having no money. So Blanton's is definitely out of my range, and it probably always will be, but we'll see. The most expensive thing I'm willing to buy these days, and I shouldn't, is the Four Roses single barrel. That's one of the ones I actually like having every year it rolls around, but right now it's just, I know where it is. I know I can get it. It's like $45 or $50 or something like that. I don't have it. Oh, that was so good. I want another. This is just the Wild Turkey 101. Ah, Marshall, really? No, I never will buy Blanton's. That's the thing. I don't have that kind of disposable income. As we were saying earlier in the evening, it's important for people to keep in mind, especially whiskey collectors. Like, I look at the stuff that Scotch Test Dummies and other giant YouTube channels, well, I say giant, but, people who have rooms full of whiskey, it's a hobby for them, and it's also a luxury item. So they've spent thousands of dollars on this stuff. Even it's bourbon night. I mean, I don't know how much money he spent on whiskey, but it's an extensive collection. It's become its own vault. Like, we know all these people on WhiskeyTube that have their own miniature vaults full of whiskey. And I have this, this corner of whiskey. Oh, I would. If I could find rare breed in my area, I would buy it, but I haven't been able to find it. I haven't been able to find rare breed. I haven't been able to find Russells. It's just not around. At best, I can find the old faithful Wild Turkey 101. That's all I got. That's all I got. What I could do. This has been sitting out a while, but I'm curious to know. See? You don't want to know. It is a nice little corner of whiskey, I'll admit, but I also have to say I am in significant debt because of this little corner, and I'm trying not to do that again. I'm going to add a little water to my Wild Turkey 101. I should have done this with the rye, but I totally forgot I had this little thingamajig. 1, 2, 3. See what that does. All I'm doing right now is making this into the general Wild Turkey, I think. I don't think it's going to do much on the first sip. Oops. Yeah, I've only done a few bottles over 100. And again, that was with the credit card, which is stupid. Don't do that, anyone who watches this. If you have a credit card, do not spend your credit on whiskey. It's a bad idea. But if I am in the wrong kind of mental space, I'll just be like, I could die tomorrow. I'm going to buy everything I want right now. And it's not healthy. No, I didn't do anything crazy. The smell was different for a second. But that rye kick is gone, thankfully. That was a little weird last time. The Whiskey House. So you have a house. That's the other thing. I live in an apartment building, so I have this little corner, and then I have actually a lot of space in this apartment, more than I need for one person living alone. Yes, always. That's the best way to do it. Or debit, same thing. Oh, so you can find it for market value. If you can find a Blanton's for market value and it's something you want, I would say, yeah, go get it. But again, you're talking to someone who has no money. We are in negative money. Like when I check I have something called Mint, which is what I use to try to keep track of my finances, and it's just negative $20,000-ish right now, ish. I have my I have a certain amount in 401k, which is nice, but I'm not sure I'm going to retire anytime soon. So, yes, I've learned to do that recently. So, that's also why I have to do streams. I have to make content. I have to try to get people to be like, hey, here's something, try this. Because there's going to be a point when this little corner is going to be less and less and less, unless I somehow get other people to give me whiskey. I'm using all the mooch powers I have. So far, it's working pretty well. I've gotten samples. I've gotten a bottle. So if nothing else, it happened at least once. Yeah. Yeah, I wish I had done that. But as someone who's been, I guess for most of my life, I'm kind of that, I'm like a luxurious poor person, which feels weird to say. But I'm on disability. I have no job. And every month just getting rent is a struggle. And if my parents weren't helping me with the bills, I would be living at home with my parents, or I'd be on the street, if something happened to them. That's how things are right now. It's rough. My parents are alive and healthy at the moment, but there is that clear reminder in my head that I need to do something to get some income. And because I'm on disability, I can only work part-time, and I can only make maybe about $1,000 a month. So that's it. So I'd be kind of a working poor at that point. I'd have more money and I could pay off my bills easier, but it's a weird situation to be in where I have everything I can need, but there's a chance that I could lose it all very quickly if things went wrong. Yeah, I think most people do. That's become my rule. It doesn't always work. There you go. I've done the fun stuff too. Like my parents have been kind enough and fortunate enough to have vacation time. I've gone to Vegas twice. That was fun. I wish I'd gone to whiskey bars there at the time, but I wasn't into whiskey. I had some amazing sushi there with some sake. That was amazing. What else? Gone to Florida a bunch of times. Gone to Disney World a bunch of times. Universal Studios. We have a place in Vermont that we go to, Smuggler's Notch. It's a lovely place. I've been to New Hampshire once or twice. I've traveled the States when I was a boy. My parents decided to do a cross-country trip with a little pop-up thing at the back of the van. That is the thought process at the moment. There is that liquor store I keep talking about, like 2 miles within walking distance of my apartment. They are. My parents have supported me for most of my adult life, as well as my teenage years, due to my health being not great. Like it's hard to tell people you're sick in the head, but what that means is there are days when you wake up and you are not going to get out of bed. You may go to the restroom, but for the rest of the day, you're going to be sitting in bed feeling miserable and sleeping most of the day away. And you don't want to, but that's what you're going to do because that's how bad your health is sometimes. The packy store. That's what they call it around here. Package store, packy store. It's an option. My brother also used to work at the liquor store that we're talking about. So at least I'm familiar with the people there, but I know I wouldn't really like working there. If I was just stocking shelves, I'd be fine. But if they want me on a register, dealing with customers is not my favorite thing to do. I like to entertain people, or at least be mildly amusing and somewhat helpful. But customers are, if they're a whiskey customer and they want to talk whiskey, I'm fine with it. But if they're I'm here to get my liquor and go get drunk kind of person, that's a little harder to deal with. So, you are. You're going to next. I'm not going to judge, but I would say going to anywhere out of state right now, especially Florida, probably not the best idea. I think that's one of the main problems that American culture has right now. Since this is Whizzky Musings, we can talk about American culture, is that there's a pandemic going on and we're at the point where we just don't want it to be around anymore. It's like, nah, everyone has masks on. It's fine. No, it's not. Everyone still has masks on. It's not fine. But I'm also guilty of going to places like restaurants and stuff. I like going out to eat, but it feels so weird to go places and everyone's like this. I encourage masks, by the way. Everyone should have a mask on right now, but holy gosh, it is surreal. And the sooner it's over, the better. I just like no one can see my mustache. It makes me sad. No one can see the mustache. Oh, it's also I guess something I can mention. It's nothing I'm actually actively doing, but there's something called Movember, I think. Hold on. Important because it talks about something that is close to my soul in a way. Is it working? Yes. Movember. It's nothing I'm actually participating in, but if you look it up on Google, it'll tell you more about what it is. It's where people are growing mustaches for November. Mine's pretty good, I think, at the moment. But it's I think it's I want to make sure I'm saying what it is. It's to help men. It's basically to help men with mental health issues like myself. I forget the specifics. It's men's health. That's what it is. It's mostly about men's health. So we're talking quality of life, all the stuff we don't want to talk about, prostate cancer and testicular cancer and mental health. That's the main thing that came out for me. But if you look it up, give it a look. You don't have to. But I thought it was interesting. And I like the fact that they like grow out a mustache. It's cool. It's none. Yeah. That must be fun. Man. Why would you do that? It's healthy. Not doing it is not healthy. Yeah. It's fatigue. People are ready to get back to normal, but I gotta tell you, viruses and stuff don't care. Wash your damn hands, people. Wear a mask, please. Please, please, please. It's worth it, I promise. It may suck for the next year or so, but until we get a vaccine, oh man, it's brutal. And again, this is Whizzky Musings, so we can talk about topics that aren't always the best thing to talk about, but What'd you do? Oh, wait. Yeah. There's no point for that. I don't even know how that became a thing. No Nut November. Whoa, hi. Seems like a bad idea. It's unhealthy. It's unnatural. That's what it is. It's like religion. No. That's a bad thing to go down. It's where religions will tell you not to do things, even though it's a perfectly natural thing to do. No Nut November is much like that. This is good. I like it without water, I think. I got to see what else is on my list here. Oh, we got to the end. Good. So the very end of this list is Johnny Walker Platinum Label, Glendula 13-year-old Mizunara finish, which is absolutely glorious. Redbreast Cask Strength 12-year-old batch. That's not the batch number. I don't need the batch number. And Redbreast 21-year-old. One thing I haven't put on here yet is the newest Redbreast, which is the 27. Is that what it is? I think it's 27-year-old. Is it? God, I don't remember now. I got to look. I really like Irish whiskey, but I definitely seem to lean towards bourbons lately simply due to the financial problems / tariffs Scotches and Irish prices have just gone up ridiculously. Redbreast, see what happens. Redbreast, 21. Redbreast. Where is it? Is it 27? 27, yes. Thank you, JJ. Pistachios. No nut. Exactly. It's unnatural. Would want to not have walnuts and pecans and all that kind of stuff. Pecans? Pecans? Oh. Yeah, there we go. I'll add this to the list. Never going to try this. Although there may be a chance of me trying this if a sample is sent my way. We'll see. But I can only imagine how much this freaking thing costs. Add to wish list. God, it looks wonderful. That box looks wonderful. The bottle looks wonderful. Oh my gosh, Redbreast 27. Give it to me now. $500. $500. You know what I could do with $500 if I had it? Pay off my bills. There's specifically one I'm thinking of that's about $500 that is gone. I have Richie Z. Johnny Walker Platinum is. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna do a thing. If I can, I may fall and hurt myself, so that'll be funny. Oh gosh. Hold on, I'll be right back. Ah. Oh God. Did I miss anything? Ugh. So, Richie Z, as you were saying, I got this thing a while back. Ugh. Tired myself out doing that. So, as you can see, it's the black label, gold label, platinum, and blue label. And I really like the platinum. This was before I was making videos, but I think this thing was $70. It was cheap for what it was, but nice little box. Now let me get rid of the thing here. Open. Isn't that nice? Those are big bottles too, right? So we have black, gold, platinum, and blue. That's how I found out the blue was definitely overrated, and the platinum is very nice for my tastes. Oh, I tired myself out. Oh, don't tell me that, Travis. Why? If you want, Richie Z, I'll never, again, as I was saying before, it is a nice sample box, isn't it? That's the reason I kept it. The bottles are empty, but this thing's really nice. And I think it costs less than $100 for this thing. If I saw this again, I would probably buy it again if I could. Hell, I should probably put this on display somewhere behind me, along with some other things, but again, I don't feel like I like displaying empties. It doesn't feel quite right. Ugh. I lost track of what's going on. Pink coated pistachios. I do seem to recall something like that. Ugh. I ran, huh? They sound good. Oh, please do. I know there's talk of things that are going on in December. So there's going to be a lot of whiskey stuff happening on all the Whiskey Tube channels. I don't want to say anything more than that because I don't know what they want people to know, but they're going to do Advent stuff, we'll say. And I don't know what I'm going to do, honestly. Because again, for the past 2 to 3 years, when that Advent calendar stuff that I did, which you can watch somewhere, I want to say link up here, but I don't know how I have to do that. I have to do it later. I don't want to. Oh, I'm out of breath from running. But yeah, I spent a lot of money on those advent calendars and could never afford them. Definitely used a credit card. $300 or more for one of those things. Very dumb. Glad I did them. Very dumb. Still paying them off. Advent calendars. I'm actually going to do, if I can, there was talk of, I think it was on the Texas Whiskey Trail Instagram. They were talking about an advent calendar where it was just chocolates filled with whiskey. That's what I'd sample every day. I'd be like, this is from this distillery. It's got this whiskey in it. It's amazing. That would be the video. Oh, it's going to be glorious. I mean, I don't know if you're going to videotape everything like I did, or video record everything, but it is an experience. The only reason I did them, the only reason I was stupid enough to spend that money that I didn't have on it was because I was just starting to get into whiskey, and I wanted to try as many different things as I could. And the easiest way to do that was, of course, an advent calendar where I get 25 different whiskeys for 1 month. And I was fortunate enough that I got to record most, if not all of them, over the course of the past, I'm going to say 4 years now, because I only started getting into whiskey when I stumbled across the vault, which I think was 3 years ago, 3.5. It's kind of hard to figure out now. But let's just say I never expected to be in the position I am now, where I have loads of whiskey and I'm doing YouTube stuff and chatting with other people who love the whiskey. The whiskey. Yes. Yes, it is. Hi, Dad or Mom, whichever person's on the account right now. Well, don't worry, DH. I'm definitely not doing an actual advent calendar this year. But you may have to unsubscribe from Whiskey Vault because they tend to do one every single year. I think they are doing one this year. They had one set up, but it was like $300-ish plus dollars, and there was a shipping problem with everyone. It was ridiculous. Ridiculous. What? The demigod? That son of a... I know who you're talking about. I know who he is. I've seen him. He's around. I'm watching. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Moved. That's the thing. Like I was saying early on, the only reason I made videos was for myself. Like originally, my intent on this channel to make videos was so I could see my initial feelings on a whiskey I had for the first time. That's the only reason I did the advent calendar stuff at all. Scotch Malt Whiskey Society, that's what that is. Just making sure I'm remembering that properly. Oh, hi, Dad. Welcome. I hope you're feeling well. I know I'm feeling better than I was for the past 4 years as of yesterday. Oh, there you go. It's good enough reason. Are we talking about the Leclerc rays? I feel like we are. You said demigod, so that's what I'm wondering. The Leclerc rays. Good stuff. I don't know when they go on. They go on so randomly. I think we're talking about Cast Strength. Some of the original Whiskey Tuber people. No jumping down. You know about your knee and your back. Hey. I've said some of the story about the reason me and my father even got into whiskey to begin with was by a book we recorded, which I think is down below, written by Fred Minnick, Whiskey Women, and we heard about something called Lafroig. And we both got kind of curious. Well, he got curious, and I was just like, all right, see what it is. And that's what sent us down the whiskey path in the most random way possible. A bourbon writer wrote about whiskey women that happened to mention a peated scotch, which made us curious about peated scotches, which made us try it and go, hey, oh man, whiskey has many different things to it. So, hey, cool. Blah. This is glorious stuff, by the way. Do I want to pour something else? I feel like I might want to. Oh, that's right. I have to pour one thing else. I forgot. Hold on. Since it is officially, and we'll say to all those people who are just arriving, since it is officially 1 year ago this weekend, I was at Crowded Barrel Whiskey, having my whiskey tasting and drinking quite a bit of whiskey all at once, and having a lovely time. I have to pour a little bit of my Crowded Barrel bottle, which sadly is very, 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 very empty at the moment. And there's a thing at the bottom here, just so we're clear. So it may look like there's a lot left. There isn't. Cork pop, but just a little. Yeah. Cheers. I know, Travis, you love Lefroy. It's fine. Oop. I don't know. It's been closed, but it's definitely very, very empty, and it has been for a long time. I think I need to make more Irish coffees in the morning. That's what I'm telling myself, is for the next couple weeks, I should have Irish coffees in the morning. I have some, I think I do. I think I have some Bailey's kind of stuff and just a shot of whiskey. That'll take it down. And then again, if it tastes bad, I won't notice. So, I almost grabbed long grass. This is Wild Turkey 101 still. Added water to it, so it's still a little weird. I'm looking at the Redbreast. It's cask strength too. Redbreast cask strength, 27-year-old. I didn't know it was cask strength. Oh, it makes me sad. Someday. 54.6%, 27 years. Wow. That's got to be amazing. You've had a bottle of Bushmills for 4 years? I've had that for at least one, probably more than that. There you go. At least you have leftover Halloween candy. I didn't get any Halloween candy this year. I bought one Snickers bar on Halloween, and that was it. There you go. That's another thing I can do. I can make some hot chocolate and add whiskey. There's so many things you can do with whiskey. I can make a hot toddy. I can make a martini of some sort. I don't know what goes with Irish whiskey, but I am going to have to get some more Luxardo cherries if I want to make more old fashions. That's on the list of things that need to be done. Not yet, though. Soon, but not yet. I'm looking at the nose profile of this Redbreast 27, and it's just intoxicating. It's only 3 things, though, because I imagine nobody's been able to actually buy it. At least not on the Whiskey app here. Oh, top 10s. Hello. What's this? Oh, hey. I didn't know this was an option. So apparently on the app I use, there's a top 10 option. And it looks like it's for just about everything at a glance. American whiskey, blended bourbon, blended grain, blended malt scotch, blended rye, blended scotch, blended whiskey, bourbon, Canadian blend, Canadian whiskey, corn whiskey, flavored bourbon, flavored whiskey, Irish blend, Japanese rice whiskey, Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, Kentucky straight rye, liquor. And that's as far as I got until I had to take a breath. But moonshine, new make, poutine, rye, single grain, single malt Irish. Whoa. That is very, very interesting. And with blended scotch, what do you think the number one most recommended blended scotch is as far as the top 10 list of the Whiskey app is? Take a wild guess. You know what it is. I know what it is. It might have something to do with a walking guy. It does. I really want to try it someday. But here's the thing. I was telling myself last year at this time I was going to buy the Redbreast 21 year, I think. Didn't happen. Didn't get enough money. Travis is taunting me. Travis, you're taunting me. Don't do that. John, if you want to, definitely do, because I at least want to try it once. And again, it would be in the same format where I'm just trying it on a stream. Flavored spirits? I don't know. Hold on. No, I think they skipped that. They do have liquor or liqueur, Liqueur. So if anything, it might be in there kind of stuff. True. You're doing them a favor. You're close. It's actually just Johnny Walker Black Label. And funny enough, third is red label. Yeah, it's Johnny Walker Black Label, Chivas Regal 12-year-old, Johnny Walker Red Label. No way. Number 4 is Johnny Walker Blue Label. F that. Number 5 is Johnny Walker Double Black. Ballantyne's Finest. I think I've heard of that one. The Famous Grouse Blended Scotch. Johnny Walker Gold Label. Reserve. Chivas Regal Gold Signature 18-year-old. Aww. Number 10. Johnny Walker White Walker Game of Thrones Limited Edition. Ugh. Oh, that makes me sad in my soul. It's not good. I have some in the freezer right now. It's been there for a year since I bought it. Well, that's just for the blended scotches. And this is the app I use just because it's convenient. It's on my phone, it's on the web. But they have all these other options, as I said. They have, American blended grains, bourbons. They have a long list of other stuff. Do you want to see what bourbons are? Maybe. And again, I don't know if this is like number 1 or just 1 through 10. Let's see what bourbons are. Oh, of course. For the bourbons, Maker's Mark 46 is number 1. And again, I don't know if this is number 1 or just 1 through 10. So we have Maker's Mark 46, Mixers U.S. Small Batch Bourbon, Noah Mills Bourbon. I don't know what Noah Mills is. Does anyone else know what Noah Mills is? I feel like I should know what that is. Jefferson's Very Small Batch, Hudson Baby Bourbon, Bibb and Tucker's Small Batch Bourbon, Van Winkle's Special Reserve 12-year-old. I feel that's not right. Backridge Blend of Straight Bourbons, Widow Jane Straight Bourbon, and I.W. Harper Bourbon 15-year-old. I guess this is just going off whoever is the users, So it's not official, like, in the world. It's just their user base, I imagine. It's one of those things. I am, but it's Bourbon Night's not going live tonight. That's the problem. That's the sad thing. That's the only reason I've been going this long is because I started at 6, and then normally I'd cut at like an hour and a half or an hour if Travis was going live. Trev was going live. And too much whiskey. Monkey Shoulder wasn't on the blended list, which is funny. But again, as I was saying, it's probably their users and not technically a global thing. There are plenty of good blended scotches. Yeah, it's all over the place. Yeah, Richie, that's what I have right now is the fact that it's Bourbon Night isn't going live. Trev Wilson isn't going live. I don't know what to do. My original idea was to go for an hour, and then I'd watch Trev, and then I watch his Bourbon Night, but they both, there's not, I think someone's going live at 9. Someone said someone's going live at 9, but I forget who. I don't keep track of every single person who goes live, thankfully. No, how could you? You can subscribe with everyone. They have plenty of subscribers, and I watch them as more of a Sunday staple kind of thing. I've never met them in person, but they seem like nice people. They seem fine. I've never met them in person, though. I wanted to. The plan was I was going to go to Kentucky earlier this year and hopefully hang out with them and get some whiskey and stuff. But again, didn't happen. Didn't happen. Ow. It's just become such a staple for me on Sundays. Whoa, hi. To have its bourbon night and just to watch. And I also half watch. I have it on one screen when I'm doing something else. That's the one thing I do. There's probably people here who are doing that. They're listening to me talk while doing something else. It's the way of the stream. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, wait, where'd it go? I put it away. Scheiße. Cap that. There we go. There you go. Copitas. Destination Bourbon. There we go. Yes. I only found out about him recently, but he has an incredible selection, and suddenly I want to be his friend. I don't know where the hell he is, though. He's somewhere far, far away from me. I know it's Bourbon Night are doing they're making entertainment content is the way I like to put it. They're trying to entertain. For me, I'm making content because I want to put out content. And I know Chad has been trained in the ways of making video and stuff. So at some point, it's going to seem kind of professional, I guess, is the way. And at some point, you kind of lose that connection, unfortunately. I haven't lost that connection yet. To me, it's just, I usually watch Sunday stuff, and it's just a good excuse. It's Bourbon Night, so I will watch them and drink whiskey, and it's a lovely time. But not everyone has to do that. I'm certainly not doing that right now. Again, so I started doing this. Started just making my own stuff, seeing what happens. This is driving me crazy, by the way, if anyone's wondering. This madness. I haven't gotten a haircut this year. It's driving me crazy. Welcome back, Travis. Bardstown. So here's the thing. I'm fine with cheap bourbon. Like when they announced, what was it? I feel like terrified of the fact that they're so happy with the Evan Williams white label, and they made a video about it. And part of me was like, no, don't tell anybody. I feel like me and Chad have a similar sense of humor, if nothing else. But again, I've never met him in person, but he has been easy enough to talk to on, I think I'm on his Patreon for like $1. And I'm on a couple of Patreons. I'm on Aquavite, Still It, It's Bourbon Night, and Whiskey Vault or Whiskey Tribe is the only one that's like $7. Everything else is like $1 or $2.50 or something. Again, I don't have a job. I'm sorry. I have a Patreon though, but I don't tell people about it because I don't have the money to actually give people stuff. That's the problem with Patreon is people give you money, but then you have to give them things like monthly. And for me, I only have streams and some photography I've done, and I can do graphic design, but that seems like a stretch. I bet it does. I don't even know what kind of haircut I get anymore now that my hair is at this length. It's tickling the back of my neck right here. It's almost shoulder length. Drive me nuts. My hair has not been this long since I was in high school. And if anyone wants to wonder what that is, I can, hold on. One sec. What? I'm back. Ugh. I will show people what I used to look like. I had to grab my wallet. Let's see if this actually focuses. Are you ready? Are you all prepared? All 11 of you? Are you ready? Is that what people do? Here we go. Woo. Who's that handsome devil with that long flowing locks? I'll just keep it like this. Under 21. Those were the days, people. Also, to prove that I actually do carry one of these around my wallet all the time. God damn it. Here it is. Here's the one I carry around in my wallet. It's the Crown and Barrel one. If you fight me, fight for a friend and all that. In my wallet. Oh, here's trouble. What do you want? Get out now. We were just talking about you. We were talking about the fact that It's Bourbon Night is not going live. We were talking about the fact that I've been streaming for almost 2 hours now. And I don't know what else to do. I don't want to go with the mullet. I don't like it. I had long hair when I was younger. People do want to hear about excessive publicity. That's the thing. Right? I mean, this, the hell. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Richie, they are normal people. They just do this weird shit online. Oh, gosh. The comments are going by too fast. Oh, gosh. We have 12 people and I can't keep track. That was me, you son of a... I had long hair at the time. I bet you would. You see, I wouldn't use scissors. I would use my beard trimmer. And it was just the whole thing. This is a long stream. I'm freaking out. I'm not really freaking out. I'm just trying to figure out what else I should talk about. Gee, 30-year-old. 1K views is nothing. I can say that because I've gotten a lot less than that over the past year. I only officially started making content last year. Everything before that was just me sitting at my desk recording something for myself. And that was the only idea at the time. Thankfully, I got to try a lot of good whiskey. But there are a few I think I would enjoy more now that I didn't like then. Lots of peated stuff mostly, which I know Destination Bourbon loves peated stuff. Absolutely loves it. Lafroig, Ardbeg, Connemara. Yeah, it's good stuff. Send him all that whiskey. He would love it. He wouldn't love it. Don't do that. That's the joke. That is the last of the Wild Turkey 101. Good God. I realized I'm running around twice in my apartment. I do not run around my apartment normally. Ooh, I'm tired now. I'm winded. Too old for this. The funny thing is, I know SteamYard only lets you stream for a certain amount of time per month, and I'm cutting into that hard. Destination Bourbon, what you would like to know is that earlier this evening, I got a sample of Wild Turkey. I'm going to try to show it. It won't work. It's not working. This is a sample I had earlier. Wild Turkey Rare Breed Rye, number 4 char, 112.2 proof, 56.19 ABV. There's still some in here. Pardon me. Oh, that's good. Every last drop or it's not worth it. Let no whiskey go to waste, says I. Thankfully. We were talking earlier about how I got into whiskey originally, and it is the most haphazard way you can get into whiskey. Oh, yeah. Ooh. See, I can't do cigars. I don't like cigars just because nicotine, but also Apartment living. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, it was glorious. It was just freaking wonderful. I love rare breed in general, but the rye is, spicy and it has that kind of feel to it. If you like rye, if you don't like rye, you're probably not going to like it. But I thought it was lovely. Ugh. I can tell you what the notes were on the website app I use. That's about it. There we go. See? He loves Buffalo Trace. King of Kentucky. What? Do you like my collection here, Destination Bourbon? It's nothing like yours. But, it's a start. I do tell myself, though, just because of my financial status, I'm only allowed to have the amount of whiskey bottles to my age. So there are less than 40 bottles here, full bottles. I think there are a few that are tiny ones that don't count. These ones don't count. Otherwise, I'd be over 40. I get the feeling you have more than 40. Just a hunch. Blah. Good God. Privada? Ooh. Oh, gosh, yes. To be clear, Buffalo Trace products are ridiculously overpriced sometimes. Even Buffalo Trace itself, for some reason, has gone bonkers over the last year or two. He's great. Whoa. Oh. See, I can't do cigars. I just can't. Again, because apartment living, but also because too many. How do I put this politely? My family has a history with nicotine, and nicotine kind of killed most of the people that I had in my family. So I try to avoid it. Cigars I have once in a while, but it's not. I have enough vices as it is. I have whiskey. That's the only vice I need right now. Anything else, no. As we were talking about earlier, I've been out of a job for 10 years, so I don't need to try to spend money I don't have on anything else. The Hibiki in the corner? No. This one? That's Suntory. What do you mean this one down here? There's a Hibiki. I'll show them all. This is Suntory Whiskey Toki, which is pretty cheap stuff, but it's pretty good. Good enough. And that. I have bags of grain sitting over here. But I do have a Suntory here as well. Which is just the Hibiki, I think. Yeah. It's just the regular one, I think. Suntory whiskey. It's the fancy bottle. Or at least it looks fancy. There you go. Yeah. I don't think it's age statement, but it's lovely. It's a blend. Ooh. Oh man, we're at the point where chat's moving faster than I can deal with it. Yeah. It's hanging out next to my Delmore, which I don't like apparently. Because I've had it for a very long time. All right. Oh. Moving on from my whiskey journey here tonight. We're finishing off the evening, or at least starting the next hour, we'll say, with my Crowded Barrel pour, because it's lovely. And 1 year ago, tonight, last year, I was at Crowded Barrel, drinking all the whiskey, hanging out in the whiskey vault, and I'm trying to do something similar tonight. It's kind of the idea. God, all these things are going by. How do people actually deal with this madness? Cigar clubs, cigars, I don't hate cigars. I just can't afford them, and nicotine. So, there we go. There you go. See, the thing is, in my family, I'm sure it's similar. Like, it's definitely the alcohol. There's been alcohol problems in my family. There's been problems with, I guess, health in my family, like heart conditions and that kind of thing. My grandfather on my mother's side died before I was born, and he smoked cigarettes a lot. And then my grandfather on my father's side, he died when I was maybe 3 or 4 years old. And I think that was due to cholesterol and heart conditions and really bad advice at the time. They told him for his cholesterol, he should drink cream. Didn't end well, we'll say. Yeah. I know, something's gone horribly wrong. What? That's what I have to say to $250. Good God. Oh, wow, that smells nice. I miss Crowded Barrel. Good evening, Mike. Welcome to the chaos that is turning out to be a long-ass stream because nobody else is streaming right now. That's all this is. I started at 6. Trev didn't go live. Why do I call him Travis? Trev didn't go live. It's Bourbon Night isn't going live. Everything's falling apart. All the bourbon and no one's around. Destination Bourbon is going live at 9. That's what I found out this evening. Oh, it tastes good. Oh, it burns. I forgot what the proof is. 57.3. Woo! 114.6 proof. Whoa. I wonder that's tingly. I think I also have this bottle, and this is a bottle I haven't opened yet because I liked it when I tried it. And I've been meaning to do a review. Meaning to. Nika, whiskey from the barrel. I know it's a high proof, but I can't. 51.4. And I remember when I tried it at a liquor store, I liked it so much we bought a bottle instantly, but I feel like if I open that, I'm going to drink it real quick, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to drink it all too fast. I know. Terrible. I can't afford anything. We were talking about that earlier. And yes, the streaming world of whiskey is right now just kind of sitting on my face, and it feels weird. I kind of like it, but it's a little weird. I just feel bad. Like, Treb was sick, and he still hasn't been able to get back into the swing of things. And it's Bourbon Night because they did, I think they said something about their flooring. I forget exactly what, but it's true. It's very true. What? Oh, yes. Crowded Barrel. Very good. What's really, like, I don't want to say sad, but one of the things I'd hoped to do this year was to actually go to Ambassador's Ball. For the past 2 years, I haven't been able to go due to finances and timing. And then this year, 2020, I think I'm going to go finally. And nope, nobody went. That's the only good thing. And that's not a good thing, is that I was hoping to meet all these people who have helped me want to do more content and do streaming and do videos, but nope. Yes, it is, Travis. Yes, it is. That's why you're Travis. Too many T's and I'm bad with names. Those are my tasting notes. Tastes like whiskey. One of my earliest videos I ever did on the Advent calendar stuff was Tastes Like Whiskey. You can go check. It's one of the earliest videos I did. It's like I think I said smells like whiskey, not tastes like whiskey. I might have said tastes like whiskey later. Right? That is the dream, but unfortunately, as Whiskey Central and no, Whiskey Central is the latest one who got 1K subs. That was her stream recently, I think yesterday or the day before. But even having that many subscribers, you still need to have a lot of watch hours. And though I actually have a good amount of videos, which feels weird to say, I don't feel like I've made that many, but I've made probably over 100 videos by now. If I've done advent calendars for the past 2 years, that's at least 24 or 25. No, 3 years. So that's about 24, 25 videos for the past 3 years just for advent calendar. And then over the past year, I've tried to do more content just because it was something I started to like doing. And it gave me a good reason to buy more whiskey, let's be honest. But I've slowed that quite a bit. You do that. Get ready. I'll send everyone I know over there, which is about 12 to 13 people at this point. And it does take a while to actually get ready for a stream, I must admit. Even when I do my own streams, it takes, I'm sitting here for half an hour just being like, what do I need to do? What am I forgetting? Do I have water? Did I eat enough? That's the big one. And I'll be there, Destination Bourbon. I will not be sober, but I'll be there. I'll say hi. They are. Trev, you are a beast. Do you? I want to ask you about your meal prep stuff because that's something I've wanted to do. I just don't have the energy half the time. I mean, we've all seen Trev. He's got like schmuscles. I do not. He like works out and stuff. I do not. I should. I don't. I have some weights near me, which I should use someday, but haven't. My prep meals tend to be, let's see here. What's a favorite of mine? Spaghetti and meatballs. I can prep that pretty good. It's not the healthiest thing, I think, but tastes good. And then I have my breakfast, which tends to be a muffin and coffee. I think I prepped eggs once. That worked okay for 3 days or so, but heating up eggs is not fun. There you go. See, what you did was what I did when I tried to be a vegetarian. You can get a lot of vegetables on pizza. You won't lose weight. That tends to be the problem. Yeah, that's true. See, I have a problem with dealing with chicken. It grosses me the hell out. But I have made chicken breast before, and it's not horribly, horribly, horribly difficult. It's just, yeah. That's my main problem is I have to have variety or I get real bored with it real quick. I like the idea of meal prepping, but I know it's not an easy task. And I know there are YouTube channels out there that have good stuff. Trev, if you want to check out a guy, Fit Men Cook, he's pretty awesome. If you want to get variety in your meal prep, he does that stuff all the time. And he also talks openly about his mental health problems like I do, because he's had to deal with depression and that kind of wonderful stuff before as well. But he's the guy I originally looked at for meal prepping stuff. I have not done that in quite a long time, but he has some good recipes, even desserts. So, it's worth a look. He's on Instagram too, I think. Fit Men Cook. He doesn't know who the hell I am, but I know who he is. Bourbon for meals is not a good idea. Yeah. Dried chicken is probably one of the worst things out there. I actually had something tonight, which was a steak wrap of some sort. I wasn't expecting a steak wrap. I got a steak wrap, but I wasn't expecting it. So that was fun. I have half of it left, and I'm definitely going to eat that before Destination Bourbon goes live. I'm going to need it. I've definitely had 3 very high proof whiskeys within the past 2 hours. And that might not seem like much, but if you haven't eaten since 3 or 4 o'clock, yeah, it's a bit. Especially since it's now 8 p.m. my time. Oh, wait. I don't want to do that. I do want to do something. Then I just reminded myself, and I have to check Twitter real quick. Has it already gone away? Is that how horrible we are? Probably. I have to make sure I get the info correct. Oh my gosh, really? Trying to find something, it's not working. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Nope, nope, nope. Some people already know what I'm going to say since I did a tune. There it is. Everyone, if you would raise a glass to Alex Trebek. He lived a glorious life, and I'm sad that he is gone. 2020 has taken a lot from us. Cheers to that. The origin of the name KIllco? It's kind of a spoof. Yeah, Richie Z. Well, my last name, basically, it starts with kill, and when I was younger, people would call me Killer. So I just thought KIllco. Easy enough. Nothing to do with actual killing, thankfully. Just killing whiskey bottles, as I like to say. We're killing it with the double finger guns. Is it working? No, I didn't think so. And Richie Z, that's also why I have to have people call me Mr. K. I did that for a brief stint last year instead of saying Brian, because there are a lot of freaking Brians out there, man. And Mr. K at least sounds like Mr. T almost. Mr. T is awesome. But yeah, people have a difficult time pronouncing my last name. So it's KIllco or Mr. K or Brian. Brian's pretty easy. People can get that one right. But when I go to Starbucks, I'm Mr. K because I don't want to get my name screwed up with anyone else's. And very few people would call themselves Mr. K. Very few people would call them Mr. anything. So I guess that's the plus. True. There have been a lot of people taking this here. It sucks. Cold fried chicken I could deal with, but then again, we're talking about eating better and meal plans. Ow. Excuse me. Pardon. Yeah, Richie Z, as far as KIllco goes, this is an idea I had, the name I came up with when I was 19, 18. I had the idea of starting a business called KIllco, and people would call, for some reason I'd have a business number, and people would call me, and the first thing people would do is the person who would answer the phone would pick up and be like, "Hello, KIllco here." That's where that came from. A silly idea that never was supposed to go anywhere, but suddenly it's a YouTube channel all about whiskeys and stuff. French toast is glorious. Also Belgian waffles. I hear they're pretty good for you. If you add fruit and whipped cream, very healthy. The fats and the fruits, it's good for you. The problem is I don't have a Belgian waffle thing. The only thing I make every morning, or I try to make almost every morning, is something Trev would probably like, but it's probably not the best thing to eat, is bagel, egg, and cheese. So it's an everything bagel, an egg, fried egg, and some cheese on top. Carbs, some protein, and some fat. Not the healthiest thing, but it works, Oh, and since we're in hour 3, I guess I should mention that There's a PayPal link down below if anyone wants to donate to the cause and help me get more bottles of whiskey, or at least help me pay my bills. You can get in touch with me on Instagram and Instagram and Twitter if you want to find out about how you can donate a bottle to KIllco, or you can do none of those things, or you can get in touch with me about sending samples. God, that feels weird. But it's optional. No one has to do anything. I'm happy to drink all the stuff I have behind me before I get one more bottle. To be clear. But tonight we are talking wild turkey, and a year ago today I was in the Crowded Barrel sipping whiskey with Rex and Daniel and Brian Brushwood, and I can't remember his name, and he might be here for all I know, but there was a gentleman who works for distribution of Iron Root. Gosh, he's on my Facebook too. It can. That's right, Travis. That's the one thing. That's the one thing is they're happy enough to say Mr. K to me, but you get names like Big Sexy, and people are like, "Excuse me, we have Big Sexy's drink here. Big Sexy, Big Sexy. Hello, Big Sexy. Big Sexy, are you here? Oh, there you are. Here's your drink." Don't tease me, Richie. I want to get. Here's the thing: for this year, I didn't get myself anything as a bottle for my birthday because it was in the middle of July and the pandemic was still going pretty damn strong. It still is, but I didn't buy anything because I couldn't afford it. Simple as that. 40th birthday, and the idea last year was that I would buy the Redbreast 21 year. Didn't do that, but at some point, it's on the list. As I said, I have a long wish list of stuff. Everyone needs a little more Big Sex in their life, just so we're clear. You're tempting me, Richie. You don't do that. July is a long way off. There's always Christmas. No. Right now, I'm thinking about Thanksgiving. And then we have what? Then we have Christmas. Then we have New Year's. Then we have the general cold of January, February, March. February does have Valentine's Day, but that's not a real holiday in my mind. I've been single for far too long for it to be a holiday. I've been single for 10 years. If I can find a whiskey woman who loves whiskey as much as I do and loves me for me, that'd be nice. But again, I've been single for 10 years. Hasn't happened yet. Not going to happen anytime soon, especially with the global situation we got going on. It's a maybe. It's a definite maybe. Ooh. For an MGP whiskey, this stuff's still glorious. Ha-cha-cha-cha. No. I'll hang in there. Don't worry. I'll try. I've gotten to 40 years old. I hope I'll get to 41, maybe 42. But I'm definitely on some new medications, so I've been feeling a little bit better lately, but it's still very hard for me to focus. Like, the only reason I can focus on doing this is because there's a lot happening. It may not seem like there's a lot happening, but I have to worry about what I'm drinking. I have to worry about chat. I have to worry about the camera. I have to worry about the microphone. I have to worry about my apartment in general because people next door tend to make a lot of noise sometimes. There you go. Oh. That's funny. The thing about holidays is, and since this is Whiskey Musings, we can do this. We can go off track. The thing about holidays in the States, anyway, is they are all meant for you to buy stuff. Even Thanksgiving is meant for you to buy as much food as you could possibly need and more, and then just have it kind of go to waste for the next week after that holiday. And then there's Black Friday, which is the real holiday for Thanksgiving, is when they want you to buy all the stuff that's on sale for half off. It's not really on sale, but it's on sale. The one thing I've learned at this point in my life, at the age of 40, is I have too much stuff. I don't have too much whiskey, but I have too much stuff in general. And I could definitely get rid of a good amount of it and still be perfectly happy. But unfortunately, I guess you have to get to 30 or 40 years old to figure that one out. Who said ribeye steak? Who said it? Oh, it was you. Of course it was. But yeah. Be nice, but there's got to be a reverse for that. It can't just be a one-way street. You can't have steak and BJ day without being reversed, but I don't know what that would be. I really don't. You guys figure it out. I don't want to think too long on that one. It goes both ways in my mind. Columbus Day isn't a real holiday either. Pretty much. Here's my thing: is like it could be any woman who loved me for who I am, and my only weird little quirks is that it's a stupid thing. It's a really stupid thing. I would have to be able to physically pick them up, and not because it's a weight thing or that kind of discriminatory behavior, but in my mind, because of the way it is if, and this is going to sound bizarre, if suddenly they were unconscious and something terrible was happening, like there was an accident, I would have to know that I could pick them up out of the car if there was a car accident and drag them out. I would have to know that. That's it. It has nothing to do with the actual, who they are. It's me being terrified of something horrible happening and the idea of not being able to save them, which is terrible. It's a terrible thing, but that's how my brain works, unfortunately. It's always expecting something horrible to happen. It's a great world. 2 out of 3 ahead. Yeah, that's the important thing. Oh, it's hot. There you go. Thank you, Richie Z. Women are awesome. Again, like I said before, the whiskey women is how I got into whiskey to begin with. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I can't even blame COVID for my dating problem. I've been so mentally ill for so long. That's all it's been, is I've been stuck in my apartment so much that I haven't even been trying. And even if I did at this point, it would feel real forced. And I'm 40. I'm not 30. I'm not 29. I'm not 25. So I have an idea what I'm looking for. And I expect anyone who I would date in the age range I'm thinking of would have an idea of what they want to deal with. And I've also been single for so long that it'd be very hard for me to accommodate someone else being in my life suddenly. Like someone always being around, that idea freaks me out a little. I wouldn't hate it if it were the right person, but it seems bizarre because I've been single for so long. That would be a plus too. If they could pick me up and I could pick them up, good on it. I'm all for strong women, as long as they don't hit me. I've had that happen. I've had bad relationships like that. I've had abusive relationships. I will admit it. I got out of that as quickly as I could, and not like punch, like we're talking slaps, but not good. Bad relationships are a thing. It's always important for you to know who you want to be with and who treats you right, because I know in that relationship, it was bad. She was very manipulative and a lot of that, mind games kind of crap. If you leave me, I'll kill myself. Garbage. And I definitely left, and she's still alive as far as I know. Yeah, I'm fine with animals. Like, I had a cat for 15 plus years, and I could deal with that pretty well. But now that that's gone, I miss it horribly. I miss it terribly. It was a weird thing to have that missing all of a sudden. God, I'm not gonna lie. Incredibly busy and awesome? I don't think so. I think I should sing a song. I don't know what song I should sing. We're at 2 hours and 30 minutes. I haven't sung a song yet. No, Travis, here's the thing. Everybody's weird. Everyone has a fetish or a kink or some kind of personal history story. It doesn't have to be man or woman. Everybody is freaking weird. But we all have our own baggage, you know? That's just how it is. I try not to man woman things anymore because at my age, a person's a person's a person. It's that simple. The norms are weird. Like, I like to put it this way. If, as a man, you were treated the same way that women are in our culture, would you be happy about it? And usually the answer is no, you wouldn't. So that's why I try to humanize it to we're all people and we all have issues. Like the weird thing that women are paid less, I still don't get. No one should be paid less just because of who they are. It's bizarre. It's strange. It doesn't make sense. I don't know how to play the keyboard. I have a keyboard, but I'm not good at playing it. I can pretend. I can put on the demo thing again. Porter Wilson. It's wise advice. My parents have been married for many years, and my father is often wrong, but occasionally he's right. Once in a while. Once in a great while. Now, you know what I can do? Hold on. Oh. This is my music stuff. Oh, let me show this, if I can. This lady here, if I can show it without hurting anyone. There we go. No, it's all bright. That's Kate. She was my music instructor and teacher and friend for many years. She died of ovarian cancer, unfortunately, which is why I don't sing as much as I used to. Yes, once you get to 40, so most women have kids, or at least 30 plus, I think, is when women are 30 to 40 range is when women usually have kids. So there's nothing new there, but it's weird. Like, I don't want to deal with someone else's children, you know, but that sounds harsh. It really does. But I don't, you know, it's like I'd like to have kids of my own someday, but I don't want to have to deal with someone else's kids just because. What we got here? But they are. In some places, they are. Nope. Trying to pick a song. I have music. Actual music. There you go, Richie Z. 23. You're a young buck. You got plenty of time. And there you go, yes. I say treat women like you'd want to be treated. Like, don't treat them like shit. You're fine. Appreciate them, listen to them, treat them kindly, do nice things for them because you want them to do nice things for you. It's simple. It's not hard. And most importantly, listen and be willing to be wrong because oftentimes you probably are, whether you know it or not. I could do this one. This is a pretty big one. I don't know if anyone liked that one. Ave Maria. That might be a bit much. Now here we go. Since we're talking about relationships and stuff, I think I can do this one. When somebody loves you, it's no good unless he loves you all the way. Happy to be near you when you need someone to cheer you all the way. Taller than the tallest tree is, that's how it's got to feel. Deeper than the deep blue sea is, that's how deep it goes if it's real. When somebody needs you, it's no good unless she needs you all the way. Through the good or lean years and for all the in-between years, come what may. Who knows where the road will lead us? Only a fool would say. But if you let me love you, it's for sure I'm gonna love you all the way. All the way. Blah. There you go. That's how relationships are. Oh. I've done at least one song tonight. I try to stay on key. That's what I do. I mean, there are some women who are big on licking things, let's just say. Oh. Ow. Oh, that was good. Trying to think of another song I can do. That was the easiest one that was in that I came across. I came across 5 or so. Thank you for listening. I like how I started singing and people immediately started leaving. That's what I'm saying. I mean, just saying. It's amazing if you can do the trick where you eat a cherry and like can tie the cherry stalk in your mouth. They dig that, I think. I really don't know. I can't do that, so no idea. It's a nice skill to have, though, at least. Ugh. So I'm told. I got the hiccups. Ugh. I sang and now I got the hiccups. Here's to the losers. I don't know if I know that one. Hang on. Let's see what Google tells me. I don't know how it goes. There's always the chance I accidentally will get flagged. I'll have to listen to that one. I'll listen to it, and maybe next time I stream, I'll sing it. But I don't know it off the cuff, and I don't want to butcher it horribly. We'll do another song in here, I think, because this is all songs I've sung before, at the very least. Yeah. No, that was too hard. Oh, I can do a weird one. I got a weird song in here. Would you guys like a weird song? Because I got one. It is disturbing, to say the least. No weird song. I haven't picked an next pour yet because I have to eat something before I drink anything else. We're at 3 hours and 3 drinks. So I think I will have... I might pour a Powers. Maybe. Oh, welcome back. Nice. You have all the good stuff, Stanley. What the hell? I mean, I have to thank you for the sample this evening. And it was a glorious whiskey. Let's be clear. Oh, gosh. I can do this song. This song's brutal. I have so many hard songs to do in here. Here. We were talking about Frank, and I think he's done this one before. I think. I've had enough weird. We'll do less weird for the moment. The one I was thinking of was talking about a guy who's talking about holding your hand in mine, except the hand is detached. It's a bit weird. When the sun is high in the afternoon sky, you can always find something to do. But from dusk till dawn, as the clock ticks on, something happens to you. In the wee small hours of the morning, while the whole wide world is fast asleep, you lie awake and think about the girl and never ever think of counting sheep. When your lonely heart has learned its lesson, you'd be hers if only she would call. In the wee small hours of the morning, that's the time you miss her most of all. Look. That's a good one. God, that thing's heavy. I like when I sing, people leave. It's hilarious. Like, I was hoping to talk whiskey. This guy's just singing. Screw that. Ooh. Gotta admit, drinking this much whiskey on stream is kind of nice, but also scary as hell because that makes any sense. Sure it does. Here's the thing. I did have other things than bourbon. Richie Z. That would be Kate. And I don't know if she taught it to me, but it's something I kind of developed. I'll show you her picture again. Where is it? There it is. That is Kate Grana. She was my teacher in high school for music. She taught me everything I know about singing. She taught me a good amount about singing. And unfortunately, she died some years ago due to ovarian cancer. So that is why I don't sing as much as I used to, because it's a little sad, because the one who taught me everything, unfortunately, was taken from this world far too early. She was like 60-something. Not even 60. She was around 60. But yeah, brutal. Not fun. But like I said, she taught me what I know now, and I try to share. I know she would want me to share my ability to sing with others. But I know I can sing, but it's one of those things where I tell myself lots of people can sing. And the inner turmoil of my brain is, there are much better singers out there and much more talented people and blah, 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 whatever. But that's that, and it's fine. One more pour for the evening. What should it be, folks? I was thinking Powers, but I'm going to let the audience decide. I have, you can see what I have here for the most part. We have Bushmills, but that's going to be kind of gross because it's really low. Tell me, people. Ooh. I try not to. But I do also have that kind of cliche click of, oh, you sound kind of like Sinatra. It's like, oh, thanks. There's so many people out there who sound kind of like Sinatra. Go Irish, Richie Z? Anyone else? Second opinion? Go Irish? I will happily go Irish. Going once. Going twice. Sold. Going Irish. I need to finish this Powers bottle after all. And the one thing I like about Powers, 43.2%, not 40. We're going to do a hefty pour because this is the pour that's going to last into Destination Bourbon. Don't tell him, though. I'm sure he wouldn't mind. Hey. All right. What I'm going to... Thank you, JJ. What I'm going to do is since... Sorry, that's loud. Since plenty of you have been here almost the entire time, I will say we're going to cut it here at 2:45. That gives you and me 15 minutes to get ready for Destination Bourbon. It has been an absolute pleasure. I don't think I'm going to do one of these kind of long-ass streams again anytime soon unless circumstances get out of control. No, you didn't. Someone's going to send me some Redbreast. Don't worry, Stanley. But you did send me... You sent me, apart from the rare breed rye, Kentucky Owl, Eagle Rare, and Elijah Craig. So you don't have to do anything else you don't want to, sir. But Redbreast is life, let's be clear. That was a big pour of Irish. I'm going to have to eat some food before I drink any of that. Look at this. That was much more than I meant to pour. I meant to pour to about there, and I didn't. Whatever. It's a lovely evening. Best life ever. Yeah, one of them. It's been the longest live I've done so far. Usually, even if I'm on Twitch, I can stream for maybe 1 or 2 hours at most. I guess I'll finish with all the stuff I have to say at the end here. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. PayPal link is below. You can reach me on Instagram and Twitter and that kind of thing. That's how you can send me samples or send me full bottles if you want me. Get in touch. It'd be awesome. Thank you, everyone who has stayed for this amount of time, and thank you for anyone who just showed up recently and was hanging out. Stanley, I'm sorry we're bailing out, but it has been 2 hours and 45 minutes, and I will be hanging out on Destination Bourbon stream, which will be starting in about 15 minutes or so. So, as I often say, until next time, live long and prosper. Don't forget to be awesome. And sláinte to all of you. Cheers. Oh, that's some good Irish.